What's going on, guys? My name is Zach. I'm an automation specialist, and in this video I'm going to show you the steps I'm taking to create a fast React Native app that is just a task manager, and also I can talk to it through my phone just saying, hey, add this task to my task list, because I go through so many different tasks per day, and the fastest way for me to get it out of my brain and into my phone or whatever is through talking, not necessarily texting. I will put text things on there, but my brain goes fast and I just want something built. So my idea was literally just to have a big button and then have it go to stored in Airtable. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I envision it. I use ChatGPT to get some of the idea down. We're going to use React Native, but I'm going to show you how I would mock this up beforehand. Let's get started. So the first thing that I would do is go to my apps, create a new one. Let's just call it Task Manager. Now that we have that created, we're going to go to cursor and we are going to create a new window, and we are going to open that file that we just created. Now this isn't for actually building it, this is just kind of prototyping it. This will take 2 seconds to do. So let's go to, we're going to add a new file. We're going to go to index.html, and the reason we use index.html is so that we can put it on Netlify just so I can show you later, but we don't have. Anyways, I'm also just going to put, force a habit, I always put an assets folder in case I put images there later. Okay, no, so now let's just say using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let's create a very simple mobile first app that has one large button and then a list of tasks. These tasks will later be pulled from Airtable, but for now let's just create some example ones. Make look beautiful and as if designed by Apple, and let's go. I just want to get the initial idea out there so you guys can see exactly what we are building. This honestly will probably take less than a minute. The first iteration. Everything we do here is iteration. There's nothing that's perfect. None of this is perfect. It never will be perfect. So if you're a perfectionist like I used to be, you're gonna have to get over that. But after we do this, then we're going to go into React Native and actually build this out, because we're going to have to add in some APIs for the backend, maybe whisper.api that allows you to talk, kind of like how ChatGPT allows you to talk. So we are already completed. So let's check out to see what it did. Tasks, add tasks. Cool. I guess you could do, I want like a big circle button. Let's just say I want like a big circle button that when I press it, it will start the voice activation. All right. Oh, I'll show you how it will look on a mobile. It actually looks pretty good on desktop, I'm not going to lie. But I really care about the mobile because I'm going to be using it on my phone, and that's the main goal. So let's do this. It's going to think for a sec. Let's accept all the changes. And then, yep. Okay. So it looks like it created a styles.css, app.js. It created separate files for the JavaScript, the CSS, and the HTML. Good practice. Sometimes I get lazy and I just do it all in one HTML file. Not the best practice, but I'm all about speed. And so if you are about speed and figuring out how to make it work better later, we are the same style. Okay, so let's accept these changes. Let's check it out. Okay, there's a button. Cool. It obviously probably doesn't work right now, but that's pretty cool. Actually, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. So if I hold this here and I click the button, it might work. So that's all I really cared about building there. So now let's do this. Let's go back to here and let's create React Native RN Task Manager. All right. So now that we have just that basic idea out here, let's go ahead and open up a new window and open a project. We're gonna go to apps. So there's a plane flying over right now. Okay, let's create a React Native app, mobile app that let's do this. Okay, I'm just gonna show you what I would do because I was gonna put in a prompt. Say, what prompt should I put into cursor for the first iteration? This is for React Native and creating it for the first time. All right, let's see what it says. So here's a perfect cursor AI prompt to get your first React Native Expo voice app, blah, 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 blah. That's it. I'm building React Native using Expo. I want the voice assistant feature that lets me press a button to record a voice memo, transcribe it with Whisper.ai, and then send the transcription to OpenAI's. After that, I want to send the results to Airtable via API. Can you scaffold the main structure of the app, a home screen, a React cook, blah, 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 blah. I am going to blindly be like, okay, cool, this works. Do I know it will work? I have no idea. But I'm sure it's going to ask me to accept some commands from the command line. Oh, it's actually going to start building some shit for me. All right. I love it. So right now I just created an app.js, so I created a JavaScript file. All right. Now we're creating a homescreen.js. I don't know if you know what React Native is, but React Native it uses JavaScript like code behind the scenes. So, but it does use it's a little more advanced. It does use hooks. It uses states to keep track of what state you're in. If you don't know, I've been programming for 10 years. I worked here as an aerospace engineer for 7. So I do know how to code, but with this, it allows me to be way more creative than what I've done before. Then it takes me hours to just like look up stupid little bugs and how to do this navigation container, what to put inside of here. So it just takes a lot faster. And now this development server is just something small on my machine. You can use, talking about servers, your computer technically is a server. So like you can just like start running it on your local computer. Again, if you have any questions about programming, vibe coding, put in the comments below. I'm going to be creating a school that's using Alex Hormozzi's SKOOL community about teaching people how to vibe code. If that's something that you might be interested in, the first 10 people, I'll just have come in for free. Tell me if I'd love your feedback, get any value from it. But after that, I'll probably make it like, I don't know, $10, $20 a month for anything that you want to build. Having a community there to ask questions will definitely help. I'm in a few different school communities for all this type of stuff. I have an automation community by Nick Severoff that I use. I've made a really decent amount of money just going through his process and everything. The world has changed so much in the past few years with AI. I know the younger generation probably sees and understands, and the older generation, at least my parents, they're just like, they don't understand it, they don't use it. But I mean, I guess they just don't want to learn new technology. But I believe that everyone, no matter who you are, should learn new technologies. Let's try starting this again. I just want to tell you a quick story while I was just going through that. When I was first learning in college about React Native, I spent 4 hours debugging something. Basically, it was like some import statement that I needed to go into the command line and just say install this dependency. I had no idea what that meant. So if you're looking at this right now, you're like, what is he doing? Basically, I'm just installing dependencies that will allow my program to run all together. So okay, this will start the development server and show you a QR code. Test the app. You need to install the Expo Go app on your ISO or Android device. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video and do that, and I'll be back in a sec. And we are back. I spent the last 15 minutes debugging something, and it was annoying me, and it was really hot outside in Florida, so we are gonna do something a little different. Now, this is the whole process of software development, software engineering, is coming up with new ideas, new iterations on stuff to do. So what we are going to do now, we are literally going to switch over from doing React Native to 100% doing it inside of a web app using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It's gonna be so much easier. I already have it started, so let's go do this. We're gonna just copy this, and I'm gonna go to the original project that we had here. Here is what I want to do now. Let's see. So we're going to implement the web speech API integration and set up the basic flow to voice for task conversion. Let's modify our existing code and add the functionality. First, let's update the JavaScript to handle speech recognition. So it's going to do some stuff for us. It's going to create stuff inside this app.js. How I know that, I'm going to see this app.js here. So it's working on this. It's called app.js. You can call it whatever you want. Main.js. It's just the main JavaScript file that has all the functionality that goes together. So, okay, cool. That went. I've implemented the basic voice to task functionality with the following features. Web speech API integration, click the microphone button, speak your task. The button will automatically stop listening when you finish speaking. Your task will appear at the top of the list. Next steps, we can implement GPT-4 integration to structure the task. Airtable, API integration, error handling, and loading states, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm going to pause it one more time to test it, and we'll let you know how it goes. I am bugging right now. I literally just clicked this button, and all of a sudden the text that whatever I just said just went right into here. It went in. I'm speechless. Get it? Speechless? Okay. Anyways. All right. We are testing the app now. I wonder if this is working at all. I'm not even sure, but we can test it and see how it is. It worked. I cannot believe that just worked. And the cool thing is we can create this as a web app, and I'm just going to start using that. Holy crap. Now we're going to use GPT-4 integration to structure it, Airtable, error handling, learning states. I'm going to set up some other stuff. So let me pause it again, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up, but I can't believe I did it. So basically all I did now is I added my API key from ChatGPT. I'm going to add a few more things after that, but basically all I did was say, hey, I'm attending a concert Friday night at 11 p.m. It used ChatGPT to parse all that information, put it into nicely structured data. Same thing with schedule a meeting for 2 p.m. You can see it right here. If you want the full code, if you want to see more like this, if you want me to see build other stuff, let me know. I love building stuff. I love doing it. I run a software development company called Code Meets Bagel. If you're interested and want to work together, please let me know. Awesome. Have a great day.